guys, welcome back to Life on Our Micro Farm. It's been quite a while since we've been on here and a lot of things have changed. And guess what? We're moving again. We found out we were moving right at the beginning of gardening season this year. So I decided I did not want to not garden. What we've been doing is using our green stalks, and this year we are making wicking tubs. So we thought we would take you guys through and show you how to do it yourself. So as far as the container goes, we are using, I think it's about a 25-gallon mineral bucket. Now, mineral buckets are great because they are big. You can find them on Facebook Marketplace. There's a little flea market not too far from us where there's a lady that sells them. And what they are is ranchers buy them full of minerals. The cows eat the minerals out, and then it's an empty bucket. They're perfect for gardening, and they're perfect for wicking tubs. You can also go to your local feed stores. Don't go to the big chain stores like Atwood's or Tractor Supply, but go to your local feed store. We have a farmer's co-op here, and you can ask them where you can find some of these. They're gonna know where the ranchers are. They might even have some there, who knows? And then you can also just check in with neighbors.
All right, the next bit of materials you're gonna need is a knife, 4-inch corrugated tubing. You know it's corrugated because it has these slits in it to allow drainage for water. This is typically utilized for like a leach line or a French drain system to leach the water that's in it out into the soil. So we're going to utilize that as an open void in the bottom to retain water as we put soil on top of it. You can find it at Home Depot, Lowe's, Aces. We found this at Sutherland's, but it's at Home Depot too. They happen to be $9.49 at both locations.
And it's for 10 feet of it.
Yeah.
Which makes about 2 wicking tubs.
Approximately. And you will have a little bit of material left over. This is from the first one. This is a 1-inch inside diameter PVC pipe. You can look right here and kind of see what it is that we're going to utilize this for. And what this is it allows us to fill up the bottom of the wicking tub without having to worry about oversaturation for the plants.
Top watering.
Over top watering, basically. It promotes root growth as well. It encourages the plants to dig their roots as deep as possible. So whenever the plants are digging their roots deep, what that encourages is, one, it allows them to get as much micronutrients out of the soil as possible, but 2, it provides stability for the plant, and 3, it allows them more opportunity to suck in more water. So I already have these cut. It doesn't need to stick up. Like this one sticks up about 8 inches above the top. This one's only going to stick up about 4 inches above the top.
You can just stick the hose in there and literally fill it up. That's what that's for. And I wish, and of course we can just turn these around.
Right.
I think we had decided to actually put the tube on the back side, which I liked.
Yes. You can see these 2 weeping holes. What that allows is, as you fill through the fill tube, you cannot necessarily see where your water level is. So as you fill the tub, the water will begin to seep out of the weeping holes, and you can see the leakage, and that tells you, okay, there's enough water in the base because the entire base is now full of water. So what we're going to do here is I'll go ahead and remove this, but this is how I measure to see how long the tube needs to be. Is I am basically just going to coil this inside the tub. So if I cut it right here at this location, then that is going to be approximately how much I need to have as much of the bottom full as possible. And then this is where the utilization of a knife goes in. I'll just stick it where it's already...
It's not difficult.
Corrugated. No, it's not. And it's even easier whenever your knife is sharp, and this one is.
So now we actually need to cover the ends because you don't want dirt to be able to get into the tubing.
You want water to be able to come out and in, but keep soil from being able to go in and out as well. And of course, the weeping holes, you want them small enough to not allow this pipe to fill up with soil. And if it is a concern for you, You can get these with a sock. I call it a sock, but it is a fabric that goes over the length of this to keep soil from getting in as well.
Instead of doing sock or pantyhose, we're just taking landscaping fabric, putting it on the end, and then taking a zip tie, and it's pretty tight actually. Ah! You might have to do it here. Note to self, if you're gonna get this, get longer zip ties so that, I keep thinking I got it. You ready?
Yep. And I felt it click. So it's good, and it's holding.
So now Heath is gonna coil it up inside of the tub. We don't, guys, we haven't even said this. There are no holes in the bottom of this tub. Do not drill holes in the bottom of your tub, because the whole point is this is gonna cut down on your watering and establish healthier root systems for your plants.
You wanna push that all the way down.
So now there's a little gap right there where he's gonna be able to put the white tube for watering, which is perfect.
I drilled these weeping holes. They sit about 1 inch to 1/2 inch above the corrugated tubing that's bottomed out in here, okay? And you want the weeping holes to be opposite of your filler tube. The reason being is because when you're filling this up, it's going to be turbulent right here in this area because of the flow of water. That way, when you're actually getting to the point to where you're at maximum fill level, you'll see a more organic fill level, rather than if you put your weeping holes right next to your fill tube. Because of the turbulence, it's actually going to begin to weep out of here a heck of a lot faster.
You can tell right here how the dirt moves away from the pipe, and that's because the water will bubble up, and we had the weeping holes somewhere in here. Right there. So it was making it hard to figure out where it was that the water line was actually at. So now we're gonna fill it with soil, and we will see you in a minute.
So to fill the wicking tub, you're gonna need probably 37 of these and about 14 or 17 handfuls.
I think, are you making fun of my inefficient way of filling it?
I'm just trying to be accurate.
You want to fill it to the top. We used a very, very high quality coconut core blend. This is what we got. It's 3 cubic feet. I'm gonna be real with you. It was $30 for this bag. 2 bags of this makes a ton of soil. It's called Coco Bop. It's great because you can literally plant directly into this bag. They give you instructions on how to do it. But it's by Fox Farm, and I really, really, really like this soil. I don't see anything about it being organic on this bag, but the fertilizer is derived from earthworm castings, bat guano, oyster shells, and dolomite lime. So I would say that's pretty good. Something that you'll notice with this is it is so crazy fluffy. The consistency is incredible. So we bought some organic gardening soil and organic potting soil from Walmart. And when we came over here to our little agrifab to dump the soil, we dumped this soil and we dumped the garden soil and the organic potting soil from Walmart. And the garden soil was pretty much just mulch, right? Like slightly broken down. I mean, it wasn't straight mulch, but there was a lot of wood chips in it, which, mulch is great, but when you're planting, you still want to have like that, I don't know, the fluffy aspect. And then the potting soil was not that great either. It didn't have perlite in it. It didn't seem like anyway. And then we opened this up and poured it out, and we were like, oh my gosh, that is so nice. So this is exciting, you guys. We have to move again this year. And, we had a really big garden in Texas. Some of you have been following us for a really long time, so you got to see that garden. Then you saw the garden in Missouri. The garden last year was kind of a bust. And since we're moving this year, instead of just not gardening, I'm gonna do it mobile. It's a mobile garden. So when we move, we'll take these things with us. And it will be really heavy, but doable. And we have to drive really slow. So Anyways, all right, so now we showed you guys how it's filled up. We're going to go ahead and plant some things and then water it. I did start seeds this year, but I found these at Atwood's. They're non-GMO and they had
Sutherland's.
Nope, these are from Atwood's.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some peppers from Sutherland's.
Hmm.
So they're non-GMO. I got the Arkansas Traveler and Amish Paste tomato. I also have some other tomatoes that I got. But I'm gonna show you guys, as I know we're doing a wicking tub video, but as I plant these, I'm gonna show you my tricks with tomatoes.
Tricks.
The first thing I wanna talk about is the tomato. If you notice, I have picked off all of the stems really, really far up. And you can see all these little tiny hairs. Do you see all the little hairs? Those will actually turn into roots. So I'm gonna plant this all the way to here, which seems kind of crazy, but it's gonna establish such a good root system for this plant. The second trick is I'm putting a raw egg, a raw farm egg, not a store-bought egg, underneath it. So I like to crack them a little bit. I learned this from Jessica Sowards from Roots and Refuge Farm. I crack them a little bit just to get the breaking down process started, and I'm gonna dig super deep, and then I'm gonna put my egg in there. I'm gonna put it in there, cover it up all the way to there, and now that beauty is planted. So our friend who did the wicking tubs last year, I want to say he said that he felt like 1 tomato per tub was like the most productive. I am gonna try and squeeze 2 in there. We'll see. And it's a good learning process. One of them, I just have 1 and then some peppers. So it'll be a good way to gauge, you know, how far can I push 1 wicking tub. If you want to just do 1 tomato in the center, you could do more shallow rooted things around it and take advantage of the space that is around it. So the last thing we need to do is just water it. As easy as this.
Now we'll just give it some time and wait for it to start weeping out the side.
Thing I did forget to say is that I do want to put a little layer of mulch over the top. That helps to keep the moisture in the top, and also trying to keep my cats from using it as a litter box. As you can see, it is coming out the weeping holes. We know that we are done. Thank you for being back here, and thank you for not unsubscribing for the absolute ridiculous amount of time that we didn't make any content.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to get this going again, and we will see you guys later. Shalom. Almost on. Oh, good job. That's the right pitch, buddy. Good job.